Provision 1. In a narration found in Sahih Muslim, number 6748, the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, advised that Allah, the Exalted, allocated all things such as provision to all creatures over 50,000 years before he created the heavens and the earth. It is important to understand that there are two aspects in respect to all situations, such as gaining one's provision. The first aspect is what Allah, the Exalted, has decided, meaning destiny. This will occur, and nothing in creation can prevent this from occurring. As this is out of a person's hands, it makes no sense to stress over this aspect, as they have no influence on destiny irrespective of what they or anybody else does. In addition, this provision includes the minimum a person needs to survive in this world. Meaning, as long as they are alive, a person will continue to receive their provision and nothing can stop them from receiving and utilizing it, not even themselves. The second aspect is one's own efforts. This aspect a person has full control over, and they should therefore concentrate on this aspect by using the means they have been provided, such as their physical strength to obey Allah, the Exalted, by fulfilling His commands, refraining from His prohibitions, and by facing destiny with patience, which they have no control over, according to the traditions of the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. This includes striving to gain lawful provision in order to fulfill their needs and the needs of their dependents, while avoiding the unlawful, excess, waste, and extravagance. To conclude, a Muslim should never waste time stressing over things they have no control or influence over. Instead, they should use the means they possess and act on those things which they have control over according to the teachings of Islam. A Muslim must avoid adopting an extreme mentality by either adopting laziness and relying on destiny to deliver their provision to them, nor should they rely completely on their own efforts. The balance is to strive to earn lawful wealth according to the teachings of Islam and rely on the guarantee of Allah, the Exalted, as this reliance will prevent impatience and seeking wealth through unlawful means. This is what Allah, the Exalted, has commanded. Provision 2. In a narration found in Sahih Bukhari, number 2072, the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, advised that no one has eaten anything better than from the earnings of their own hands. It is important for Muslims not to confuse laziness for trusting in Allah, the Exalted. Unfortunately, many Muslims turn away from working a lawful occupation, go on social benefits, and inhabit the mosques claiming to trust in Allah, the Exalted, to provide for them. This is not trusting in Allah, the Exalted, at all. It is only laziness which contradicts the teachings of Islam. True trust in Allah, the Exalted, in respect to gaining wealth is to use the means Allah, the Exalted, provided a person, such as their physical strength, in order to obtain lawful wealth according to the teachings of Islam, and then trust that Allah, the Exalted, will provide lawful wealth to them through these means. The aim of trusting in Allah, the Exalted, is not to cause one to give up using the means He has created, as this would make them useless, and Allah, the Exalted, does not create useless things. The purpose of trusting in Allah, the Exalted, is to prevent one from earning wealth through doubtful or unlawful means, as a Muslim should firmly believe their provision, which includes wealth, was allocated to them over 50,000 years before the creation of the heavens and the earth. This is confirmed in a narration found in Sahih Muslim, number 6748. This allocation cannot change under any circumstances. A Muslim's duty is to strive in obtaining this through lawful means, which is the tradition of the Holy Prophets, peace be upon them. This has been indicated in a narration found in Sahih Bukhari, number 2072. Using the means provided by Allah, the Exalted, is an aspect of trusting in Allah, the Exalted, as He created them for this very purpose. A Muslim should therefore not be lazy while claiming trust in Allah, the Exalted, by going on social benefits when they have the means to earn lawful wealth through their own efforts and the means created and provided to them by Allah, the Exalted. Finally, understanding and acting on the main narration also encourages one to become independent of relying on others to provide for them, such as the government or relatives. Instead, one should use the means provided to them by Allah, the Exalted, according to the teachings of Islam, while fully believing their allocated lawful provision will reach them. This will ensure they trust in Allah, the Exalted, alone. Provision 3. Allah, the Exalted, is the creator and allocator of provision to the entire creation, which they need to preserve their physical and spiritual constitutions. In fact, according to a narration found in Sahih Muslim, number 6748, the provision of the entire creation was allocated over 50,000 years before the creation of the heavens and the earth. The one who understands this divine name will rely on Allah, the Exalted, to provide for them as He has planned for them before they were created. They will prove this reliance by striving to gain lawful provision, as commanded by Allah, the Exalted, while refraining from anything which is unlawful and doubtful. It is important to note that as people require physical provision in the form of food and drink, similarly, the soul of a Muslim requires provision also. This provision strengthens it and leads it to eternal bliss. This provision is in the form of sincere obedience to Allah, the Exalted, which involves fulfilling His commands, refraining from His prohibitions, and by facing destiny with patience. The foundation of all this is gaining and acting on Islamic knowledge. Therefore, Muslims should strive to gain this important provision of the soul, as well as provision for their physical body. Two elements should be remembered in this respect. Do not exert unlawful and unnecessary efforts in gaining one's guaranteed provision. And do not misuse or waste the provision one gains. A Muslim should act on this divine name by fulfilling their duty by providing for their dependents according to the teachings of Islam. This includes providing them with both physical and spiritual provision through education. A Muslim should also do the same for the needy according to their capacity, without fearing poverty for themselves. They should remember the narration found in Sunan Abu Dawood, number 4893, which advises that Allah, the Exalted, will fulfill the needs of the Muslim who takes care of the needs of others. Provision 4. Allah, the Exalted, is the one who is infinitely bountiful and bestows favors and blessings without recompense or external cause. He gives generously without being asked. The Muslim who understands this divine name will always seek bounty and blessings from Allah, the Exalted, as they know the bestower loves to be asked. This is confirmed in a narration found in Jami' at-Tirmidhi, number 3571. But it is important to note, the one who seeks bounty from the bestower should know it is not gained through his disobedience. Any worldly blessings obtained through the disobedience of Allah, the Exalted, will only become a burden for its possessor in both worlds. A Muslim should instead strive to obtain beneficial blessings from the bestower by fulfilling his commands, refraining from his prohibitions, and by facing destiny with patience. When a Muslim truly understands that all blessings have been given by the bestower, they will show true gratitude to him. This is when one uses all the blessings they possess according to the pleasure of Allah, the Exalted. This leads to an increase in blessings. Chapter 14, Ibrahim, verse 7.
And remember when your Lord proclaimed, "If you are grateful, I will surely increase you in favor."
A Muslim should act on this divine name by bestowing the blessings they have been given to others for the pleasure of Allah, the Exalted. The one who gives to others will be given more than they could have ever imagined. Chapter 2, Al-Baqarah, verse 245.
Who is it that would loan Allah a goodly loan, so He may multiply it for him many times over? And it is Allah who withholds and grants abundance, and to Him you will be returned.
Provision 5. I had a thought which I wanted to share. People often complain about getting mentally and physically exhausted when it comes to earning their lawful provision in order to fulfill their needs and responsibilities, such as providing for their dependents. It is important to understand that as long as a person lives in this world, their provision, meaning the things they need to survive in this world, has been guaranteed by Allah, the Exalted. In fact, He allocated the provision for the creation over 50,000 years before He created the heavens and the earth. This is confirmed in a narration found in Sahih Muslim, number 6748. Chapter 11 Hud, verse 6.
And there is no creature on earth but that upon Allah is its provision, and He knows its place of dwelling and place of storage. All is in a clear register.
An aspect of this allotment includes the mental and physical energy needed to obtain one's provision. But the important thing to note is that the guaranteed provision is only the minimum required to survive in this world. There is no guarantee a person will get more than this minimum, even though most people do get more. This means, even though all people have been provided the mental and physical energy to obtain the minimum provision they need to survive in this world, they have not all been provided with more than that. Meaning, some people have been provided more than the minimal, and therefore they have also been provided the mental and physical energy required to obtain it, whereas others have not. Therefore, when people strive to obtain more than their minimal requirements, which they were not allocated, then it will only result in getting mentally and physically fed up, as they were not provided the extra mental and physical energy needed to obtain more provision. Whereas, the one who strives to obtain their necessities without waste, extravagance and excessiveness will never get mentally or physically fed up, as this level of mental and physical energy has been guaranteed to them. To conclude, if one wants to avoid mental and physical exhaustion in respect to obtaining their provision, they should strive to obtain and use according to their minimal requirements and teach their dependents to do the same. Over 400 free ebooks, audiobooks, infographics, podcasts and blogs available on our website, www.shakepod.com.